I will talk about a few patterns, and I will go back as far as world wars. So remember World War One. Um, the outcome of that war was, in the end, that the Austria-Hungarian monarchy has collapsed. So it fell apart, and uh, Germany, Hungary, and this monarchy fell apart. And during World War II, the case was that prior to World War II, there was economic collapse across the world. The situation was very bad. And then Poland was invaded by the Soviets, and World War II started. And anyway, fast forward, Hungary was on the side. Well, it was pressured to be with the Nazis, just like in our time now. Hungary had regime change earlier this year. In April, there were elections. And Viktor Orban, who was pro-Russian, his regime collapsed because, not collapsed, he lost the elections, but the European Union was behind this story. So basically, Russia had to be punished. And so because there was Russian influence in Hungary, the Orban regime was removed in that way by elections. So you see my point. And so Hungary is forced to switch sides. So it is aligned with Ukraine, Europe. And how can we call, these countries? What do they stand for? Well, in modern term, Nazism. So, and I saw it on the news some time ago, maybe a month ago or so. There was an issue because President Zelensky, president of Ukraine, had named a unit, an army unit, after like Nazi, something that offended the Polish people. There was some issue, Poland was upset about this. And so and there was something else I read, that President Putin said that some of the territories of Ukraine, there will be a time when some territories that are due will be given back to Romania, to Poland, and to Hungary as well. So it was interesting to read that part. And isn't that interesting? Like, what is taking place? So we see Ukraine, and with all due respect to Ukrainian civilians and the suffering that they endure, I witness and I post about it, okay? It's and nobody can accuse me that I'm not sensitive to them, because I had been to their country once. Okay, only once, but I had been there. And at the time when I was there, speaking any word of Russian wasn't like viewed as like, in such a negative way like now, or since the full-scale war. So, when I was there, it was before 2022. So that's why I had a different experience, I suppose. But the case now is that in Ukraine, I think any speaker of Russian can't face discrimination just for, if they cannot speak Ukrainian, then it's a problem, I think. Even if not, even if they are, I don't know, not sent to, I don't know, somewhere, but it's still like probably they face some remarks, or like not viewed as, like not in a loving way, like, not a welcomed member of society, I guess. I mean, I don't know, but this is the sense that I get, because I look at the comments that I see under the Ukrainian posts, and some of them are really like, so. Russia is, the most evil thing that is on the earth, and this war takes two two sides in a way. I mean, it's not a one-sided war exactly, like just the other day I saw that in Tatarstan, Russia, it was attacked. Certain people were killed in Tatarstan, Russia. So, Tatarstan is kind of like a Muslim, like there are Muslims living there in Russia. So, and Tatarstan is one of those areas. And so certain people were killed. And so what would you say? And that was by Ukraine, that attack was arranged by Ukraine. Okay, you can say for all these years, for 5 years, Russia has been attacking Ukraine. Yeah, but like, it's not that the Ukraine, I mean the leadership, that it's not talking against Russia, you know what I mean? So it's not like, it's like there is oh, we are fully innocent 100%. We have never attacked anyone. We have never said a bad word about our neighbor country. They cannot say that. They cannot say that. So both sides have some guilt, but um just, I was upset when I read that news about Tatarstan as well, because I mean, if this war is extended further and further, it's not gonna stop. It's not the way to stop a war. It's by weapons. How do you imagine to stop a war? If you, hello, I don't know, what are you, there's a comment. Who are you talking about? I have no idea. You are writing in Turkish, but I don't know who are you talking about. What comments? In relation to who? I don't know who you are talking about. Anyway, I'm just saying that this is the case. Hypocrisy. Because if there are Russian casualties, it doesn't count. And I'm not saying that some people from the other side who diminish Ukrainians, it's not nice either. It's not nice either. I'm just saying both sides have some issue, but the war depends on two sides. So if both sides want to argue that they want to, continue, and they obtain weapons for it, it's not gonna stop. It's just going to keep going, and the civilians are going to pay the price. Like, in Tatarstan, Russia, have those civilians deserved to die like that? No, I don't think so. But the thing is, we can't do anything. I mean, if you even if you are inside those countries, either Russia or Ukraine, you can't do anything to stop. It's not about, the civilians can't do anything, in Ukraine or in Russia. They both suffer. Both sides suffer. That's the real matter. And so I don't see much hope about this situation. It wouldn't improve, because I think this war is a precursor to World War III. And if the Ukraine war is combined with the Iran war, Trump's war on Iran. That's going to be even worse. And whose side is Trump on? I mean, Trump sometimes talks favorably of Putin, but at the same time, he's still, well, because he's from the West, he's on the side of Ukraine as well. So it's like, I'm just saying, the situation doesn't get better. And so again, we face this situation of Nazism. It's still kind of present in the world, and I think it's going to be defeated in the long term. It's going to be defeated, but the question is when. When is Nazism going to be defeated? That's another question. Time will tell. Time will tell, but I'm just saying, we have this situation. And of course, as you all know, today's news about Syria, and doesn't this death sentence in absentia for Bashar al-Assad, doesn't it sound like kind of like how it was for Saddam Hussein in the past? Uh, yeah, there is difference, but I mean, this is also an Arab country like Iraq. And so Syria, I mean, the regime has changed. So remember how the invasion of Iraq was in 2003. And very oddly, the current president of Syria, al-Shara al-Jolani, supposedly, I mean, he actually went to fight in Iraq along the side of the jihadists, But oddly, how can you explain to me that now the same person is kind of appointed by President Trump, the United States of America, appoints the new Syrian leader in a way? How can you explain this contradiction to me? Like, it would make sense to me. Like, how would it make sense? I mean, kind of, then things have changed. I mean, 20 odd years ago, al-Shara or al-Jolani, how we name him, 20 years ago when he fought against US invasion of Iraq, then it was something different. But now, I mean, he's Trump's friend in a way. I mean, so how do you explain that? What has changed and why? So now, America is the great guy now, and Russia is the bad guy. But this has been always throughout history the same. I mean, since the entity of United States exists like for 250 years. Only 250 years the US exists. So since then, I mean, this theory that, yeah, America is the good guy and Russia is the bad guy, this is always the same theory. And every country has to listen to the same theory. Otherwise, if you think differently in a way, then you are persecuted, right? So Trump never faces anything for Iran war. Despite the Iran war also has civilian victims, but Trump doesn't want to acknowledge it. And Iran is demanding, compensation, money for this war that, well, Iran has endured, you know. But I think Trump wants to refuse that. He doesn't want to pay, you know, even though he's a rich man, you know, he doesn't want to pay. This is the thing about Trump. He's so, you know, confident that he is the leader of the United States, that he can do anything in the world. This is the thing. So, yeah. Anyway, returning to Syria. So this decision, court decision, relating to the former leader of Syria, Bashar al-Assad. Um, so, you know, he is demonized and, you know, all that, but Trump can do anything, you know. So whoever Trump appoints is great. Is great, you know. Yeah, handsome, tough guy. Yeah, great. So, but anybody who Trump, you know, opposes, that must be maybe even sentenced to death. If Trump opposes somebody in a strong way, then, oh, that person must be sentenced to death. Is it correct? Is it justice? Is it... What's going on in the world, guys? What is going on? And I'm still today I'm feeling unwell physically, but also mentally. And I'm just saying, yesterday there was this news about earthquake in Colombia, a very big earthquake, and I just felt sorry for the people, you know. We here can face the same situation in Turkey, but I don't want to think about that scenario. But I'm just saying, returning to the other topic about Syria and Trump, you know, Trump decides whatever he does, and that is correct. But if anybody opposes him, they cannot, because it's a crime. You know, nobody can say anything about the United States. It's always right. The United States is always right and correct. And so, and Iran is the evil one, just like Russia. Yeah, they are the most evil ones on the earth, right? So, you know, we have to wage a war against Iran and Russia, right? This is what they, you know, this is the propaganda. This is what happens, and we can't do anything about it. This just happens over and over again. The persecution of certain people, and other people are super rich, but they get away with it because they are in power. And those who are in power, they can always do whatever they want. Isn't it saddening for us, just ordinary people, you know, in the world? Can we feel any hope? No. In my opinion, we can't. If this world is led this way, then there's absolutely no hope for justice ever. It's just depressing how the persecution occurs. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I just find it hard to pretend in my videos, you know, I'm okay, but I feel physically like somebody's stabbing me, like my stomach is hurting and I'm feeling unwell, and it's hot. It's very hot here, you know, humid. At night time it will be so humid that I won't be able to sleep because there's no air conditioning, so it sucks. Anyway, I'm just saying that Trump and these rich people, you know, who decide, decision makers, yeah, they never make any decisions for us, for the ordinary people. So we suffer. So this is the story that sadly we can't change what's happening. And but I hope that Russia response to Trump, like, and well, not just Trump, but like this request, because I think there is this verdict. So I think they want to implement this verdict. So they are going to put pressure on Russia to extradite the former Syrian president. So, you know, but I hope Russia will respond and it won't fulfill the request, because, well, and imagine if Russia hadn't helped um, the former Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad and his family. Imagine if Russia hadn't helped them, then they probably would have been already killed. Imagine that. I mean, it's just, and yeah, they are the most evil guys on earth. Like, just, and this is what you have to say about them. Yeah, they are so evil. The worst. And yeah, you have to play along what you have to do. Like, it's just hypocrisy, and you have to do it, because if you don't do it, then people attack you. Like, you get like very unpleasant attacks. If you defend somebody that they don't want you to defend, then you face a very bad situation. This is what happens. And so the World War III is inevitable. It's going to happen. It's already, like, there's a precursor to it. So it's starting to shape up the alliances. Who is aligned with who? The alliances, and yeah, it's just going to happen. And Syria is a very important country, because, well, a lot depends on it. It's in the Middle East. And Syrian people are smart people, but sadly they are not given what they deserve. So it's a sad situation, and so I can't do anything but I just say this. So I'm sad, and yeah, it's normal. But the thing is, this is how people who dislike what I say, they are going to interpret it as, oh, she's so pro-Russian, oh my god, she's evil, she's bloodthirsty evil. This is how it's going to be interpreted, when I have, for so long, I have posted about Ukraine is also suffering, but who is going to stop that suffering? Who is going to stop that war? That's my question. But, this is how it is. The people who are propagandists, I'm not. I don't receive anything from anyone for anything. I have never received anything. So I keep talking to you freely, but I'm not free, because, whatever I say, it can be persecuted, heavily judged, unfairly judged. So all of the things that I say, sadly, nobody is standing there to defend me. Nobody has ever defended me when I was attacked, verbally and in a nasty way. I have never been defended. So shame on this platform if it attacks me for nothing. I have not done anything so horribly, like, I don't know, that I would deserve such, nasty, I don't know, remarks. But I know that this platform doesn't defend people like me. So it defends only those who love Trump, So if you post about Trump and admire him, oh, you are the best in YouTube, it's just YouTube appreciates you. But if you don't say good things about Trump, then you are just an idiot, communist, whatever, thing. This is the mindset, so then you are judged, based on, I don't know, just so then they look at your level of English speaking skills. Oh, this person is dumb because she cannot speak English fluently. Or, the judgment from the West, they judge, everything about a person in such a nasty way. And I'm just tired of, I don't know, never feeling like I belong. I don't belong, actually. I'm just stuck. And I feel sad when people who I think would stand for something that I would also stand for, they are attacked and persecuted. I'm very sad in such case. But I can't do anything. I'm just an ordinary person without power. So I know that I'm not going to get anything in this. I hate Instagram. Somebody was asking me about whether or not I have Instagram. I hate Instagram. I have it, but I hate it because it's very superficial, and I don't like it that much. But I use it. But yeah. So, but this is the thing. People, attack those who defend Russia in a way. So I know that I'm going to receive bad remarks for everything, and even for this live video, I'm going to receive bad remarks. But the bottom line is that I'm not supported by anyone, and nobody cares about what I say, but I share my opinion with you guys. But it doesn't matter because, the propagandists in the world, those who are paid and sponsored by somebody, their words matter. But because I'm just an ordinary person, I don't matter. You know the difference? This is what I'm talking about. The hypocrisy in this world. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I don't like it. But I can't do anything about it to change. No, I can't do anything about it. I can't achieve that change that's good for people. And because we live in a world that only favors very few people, the corrupt people. And I don't like that type of thing, I share some videos that I don't have my heart in it. I absolutely don't like the people that I share videos about. For example, a German rapper lady, she's very obscene, but I share videos about her because, well, she's overrated, she's made popular, and so, she raps in German. So yeah, it's just, my frustration I share in my videos, because these are the people that the West supports, so but I myself, I don't stand for what she says in the lyrics. I don't understand most of the lyrics that she says, actually. Very few bits I understand, but those are not nice things, I mean, what she has in her songs, it's not for the young kids, actually. But she's promoted, and so I don't like that, but I share her videos. But I can't do anything because, the world is corrupt, and the West is corrupt, so it's going to corrupt people more and more. So not all people that I share videos about I like. No, it's a wrong impression if you think that I love all those people that I share videos about. No, I don't. It's just I'm just showcasing you what bothers me, the what I don't like about the West. I showcase through the videos. This is how I express what I don't like in an odd way, just by showing those videos to you guys. That's my way of expression, that I don't like those things, but I'm stuck with sharing those things. And yeah, so showcasing what I hate actually in my videos for the most part, except some videos, yeah, some things I stand for, other things I don't stand for. Yeah, so it's just trying to make it obvious. So yeah, that those German songs, rap songs, I don't like actually. And most of those things are either obscene or ridiculous lyrics, so I don't like those, but yeah, I share. So but yeah, this is how Gen Z, they make popular people for Gen Z. And those are the type of songs that Gen Z likes, and yeah, the quality is not good. I mean, in terms of the lyrics and the texts, it's just ridiculous texts and rude, very rude, actually humiliating females. Actually, I would say that her songs ridicule females in a general sense, like make females like look, I don't know, cheap and and crap, like it's just disturbing, but this is made popular, like so. So and then people wonder, why do people who are older, why do they have depression? Well, look at those videos that are made popular nowadays, and look at the type of people who they represent, or the personalities that they have. All of them are super confident and rude and arrogant people, like in a very and they go on stage and do things like very yeah, I mean, I just don't know how they do it. They have the confidence, and or they just care about money, I guess. They know they are going to receive a lot of money for doing what they do on stage. And yeah, they do it on stage just for receiving a lot of money. This is the West, and its values for you. Only money, no other values. You as a person don't count in the West unless you have a lot of money. And this is the shame about the West. That's why I don't feel happy. I don't feel that I like this where I'm stuck. Because the values, they don't represent me. Um, so, but yeah. Anyway, enough of this rant. Nobody's going to listen to such long live video, especially if I'm just talking, because people like, the bullshit, like, people jump around, dance around, try to dance around, or bullshit, This is what people like to watch nowadays, the young kids. They just only watch those things and nothing else. They don't want to think about the history that, well, we are going to have. Just like in 1929, there was a Great Depression, economic crisis worldwide. We are going to have the same by 2029. We are going to have the same economic collapse. Ekonomik çöküntü. Bu olacak. Kimse düşünmek istemiyor tabii. Of course, nobody wants to think about the economic collapse that is coming. And it's by Trump and the West, because they don't appreciate people. They don't value people. They only value a certain amount of rich people, So, yeah. Thanks for listening. I know that you don't like what I'm talking about, but I don't read the Turkish messages that much, but yeah, let's see what messages here. Only with you. Silliness. I don't know why I received by YouTube, maybe from both accounts, that with only you I want to talk at a place. Somebody wrote in Turkish. What do you think? I mean, the ridiculous comments that I receive um, surprises me. And why do only Turkish people comment? Um, why? No foreigner. Besides, just I think that YouTube is a type of platform because it's owned by the West, that it's corrupt. So basically, it insults the people who put content on YouTube. Actually, who is insulted? The person who put videos up on YouTube. I'm insulted because I put videos on YouTube. Why? I don't deserve it, but there are both accounts and people who insult me all the time. And I'm sorry, but I don't care about such, weird requests. Um, and I don't know what you think, of people and whether or not you are a real person, I question. Maybe a bot account is trying to, sabotage my live video by bullshit. Because I was talking about serious topics about Syria, Russia, Iran, and the West. And how the West is treating Russia and Iran. It's attacking them. And I know that these ridiculous comments that I receive under my live video, it's meant to sabotage me as a person. It's meant to be rude to me, to be disrespectful to me. I know this is your aim. Amacım budur. Bu yorumları yazmanın amacı bu. Both accounts, both hesaplar this is how ridiculous the West is. And actually, the West, I mean Israel and the United States, all its allies, they want to ridicule females because they don't love females. They don't support females unless a female goes on stage like Ikimel, a German rapper, and like half naked, and she does a show, and that's the only thing supposedly appreciated by the West. They give a lot of money to such a lady, for doing such type of things on stage. This is the West for you guys. This is what they stand for. This is the value. So yeah, lovely. So I know that oh, you are not Turkish, then why do you write in Turkish? I can understand in English, but I don't care about the comment because, I sense this is, unreal comment is just meant to sabotage me and to be rude to me. And you are not writing anything about the topic I'm talking about, the West, and, these events, current events that are serious, because Iran and civilians have died in Iran. Ladies, children, they have been killed by, United States and actually Trump's orders. And their homes were bombarded because Trump had ordered, Trump has started the Iran war. And this is the topic I'm talking about, not about some bullshit hanging out with somebody. And that's the thing, YouTube is so cunning to send both accounts to my live videos, because when I'm talking about a topic that you don't like, this is how you try to sabotage me. This is a tactic I'm familiar with. You have done it in my other videos. Maybe a different user, a different bot account, but the same tactic. And it's so boring. I'm tired of it. Don't you find it boring to write some nonsense to me? You are not a real person. And even if you were a real person, I wouldn't care, because my aim is not to hang out with, I don't know, some person. I'm talking about serious topics and violations of human rights that the United States is doing against Iran. So anyway, the nonsense again, you go on. Oh yeah, sure, now comes the blah blah. Yeah, America and Israel, you don't love. Oh, sure. Then why do you write the nonsense comments? It doesn't seem realistic to me, because it seems fake that I receive such comments that's not related to the topic. It's like personal or unwarranted comments, unsolicited comments, I would say. To hang out with somebody, who cares? I mean, I'm talking about a different topic, and you write nothing in relation to that topic. So, but I know this is a tactic, and yeah, I'm just pointing it out what's going on. So while I'm talking, those comments appear just to just to divert my attention from the topic into responding to how much bullshit, I receive. Because that's the case, I receive a lot of bullshit. So anyway, I don't think anybody listens to me, and this is also not a platform. Actually, no platform by the West is suitable to share anything on, because it just only gets attacked. And yeah, Israel and the United States, yeah, they are working together to control the whole world. So yeah. Sadly, my point of view is not respected by people in general. Most people, yeah, just think, oh wow, wonderful, the United States is amazing, yeah. But how much pressure the United States, puts on other countries that it wants to control, like control the money and everything in those countries, the resources. Actually, Iran has resources, and America wants to control the petrol and yeah, those resources. It's about money, and the greedy West is after the money. This is the reason behind the wars. This is the reason. And so first Syria was changed, and then now it's Iran on the list. It's Iran. So yeah. And nobody stops this chain. Like how it started with the Arab Spring. Arab Spring in Tunisia started, and gradually in those countries, Arab countries and North African countries, the regimes were changed into favorable with Israel. And then in 2011, there was, this uprising in Syria has started against Bashar al-Assad. And in 2024, December, I'm talking about December 2024, the regime in Syria, Bashar al-Assad's regime, was thrown, and he had to flee to Russia. And yeah, who we got in place of Assad is, well, an interesting jihadist, yeah, person who I think appears to be jihadist, but actually he's serving Israel. Because Trump trusts the Syrian president. So what do you make of this? because he trusts, then it means the trust is like serving the United States interests. That's what it means. That's why Trump trusts in the Syrian president, because he must serve his interests. That's how simple it is. That's why the support comes from Trump. That's why. So yeah. Why would a European, again the nonsense comments, a European write in Turkish unless you are Turkish? Because mostly Turkish people, likes to, they like to write in Turkish. That's the thing. This is the reason why you are trying to, come up with nonsense comments, is to make me talk about topics that are not related to serious things. And it is ridiculous. And let's not forget how much influence the Turkish and the United States have on the Middle East. So the Turkish and the United States work together to shape the Middle East. That's the bottom line. Understand what I'm talking about is that the Turkish work with the United States. It's easy. But then they talk about the Palestinian suffering. So why do you work together with the United States if you talk about Palestinian sufferings at the same time? Because the United States and Trump doesn't care about suffering people. Trump is rich. Trump cares about money, and so he chooses his allies based on money and interest. And yeah, sadly, there is hypocrisy in how the Middle East is shaped, and the alliances that are made are hypocritical. So this is as much as I can say about it, because if I said it openly, then I would be criticized. So this is my opinion on the topic, and I'm very sad that I can't say anything else, because then I would have issues. So Türkçe olarak ne yazdığımı lütfen söyleyin. Okuyabilirim. I can read. I can respond. Cevap verebilirim. Fakat ne alaka? But what is related to this topic? No. It's not related to this topic. Konuyla ilgili yok. O yüzden cevap vermeyi tercih etmiyorum. I don't prefer to answer to such messages in Turkish because you don't write about the topic I'm talking about. And secondly, you try to divert the attention from what I'm saying, the serious stuff. And you are not going to prove anything by writing nonsense. Because this is a bot account trying to attack me when I'm talking about the real things. The hypocrisy that I'm talking about is evident if we look at the Middle East and the alliances that are made and who are persecuted. Says a lot about, actually which side is the hypocrite one. So I don't want to respond in Turkish because I know that you are probably siding with the West and Trump, and I don't like, that side and the hypocrisy that they have. And Trump looks down on women in general. He usually finds fault with accent of women. Journalists, female journalists, Trump accuses them of not being able to talk in English. And he is rude to some female journalists. And that's not nice. The world that we live in, females are not respected. And Trump and his allies, they don't care. So Syria, the neighboring country, well, I feel sorry for, and I can't help but sadly, Syria has been wronged so much, and the West has destroyed Syria, and the country needs to be rebuilt. But the West is so hypocritical that I don't think they don't deserve anything. The West I'm talking about, the West has destroyed Syria, and all I can think of is a shame, huge shame, that the United States and its allies have done to Syria. And we can't say anything about, because if we go on saying anything, we would be attacked or persecuted. It sucks, but this is how it goes. So Israel and the United States are strong in controlling the world. So anyway, I'm not going to waste my time with both accounts, and whatever your country is not allies with, United States or Trump, whatever you are allies with, well, I don't know, this seems to be a bot account, and I don't want to waste my time with YouTube much longer. So bye.